Well, hello people, so it's Peter here, down in the old man shed. Yeah, so it's, 1st of September, it's a Wednesday afternoon, got the door open, it's quite pleasant out there. It's not exactly an Indian summer that we're having, but it's not cold, so we're alright. What have we got to talk to you about? A couple of things. One little thing that I've done on the layout, which I'll show you in a second. And then the other thing has been an ongoing project that spans the last videos to this videos, which is to create the Loco Merleys Pioneer, right? Yet again, right? And that's what I've been doing. So this is what you've seen before, where I got hold of this body, renumbered it, and then made my own version of the Merleys part, the roof, you know, because the roof was altered on the Merleys. And yeah, it was all right, but I wasn't very. I've been spending my time from the video that you'll see following and everything. This is not exactly the same Loco. This is the final thing now, and I've been working on the colour because the colour match, and it was also dull. So the difference, you know, this is a semi-gloss finish. And what I'd done was a matte finish, so I was working on the colours. Anyway, Howells, the model people Howells, who do the sound chips as well, which I use on this one, they also sell rattle cans of rail match colours. So I sent off for a couple of British rail greys that they do over the coming years, that have, that British rail used, and took off the old paint that I'd done with a brush, sprayed it with a rattle can, so I got a lovely finish on it. But again, it was a matte finish, even from the can, and it still wasn't exactly right. And I thought, oh, I don't know. Went back to my little pot of paint that I've got, which also happens to be rail freight grey, but it didn't really seem to match very well. And I had another go. I thought, well, it's still better. Hello, the phone's just gone. I don't know what it is. It was still a better colour than what I used out the rattle can. However, this time, because I applied it a bit too thickly last time, I really thinned it down. And this was all masked up, ready for spraying, you know, when I put the thing on. And I thought to myself, well, I don't know, it's nice and thin, but it's still covering. But let's give it a go. And with just a couple of, with a big brush, just a couple of brush marks, brush strokes, it was done. And when it dried, oh, you know, I thought, that's it, I'll go for that. But of course, it was matte. So you got your semi-gloss and you had your matte. But of course, I also bought the semi-gloss varnish. And it was all still masked up, so I sprayed it, and that's the final result. I don't know if you can see, but it's as good as it gets, you know, without spraying the whole body. It's bloody near enough perfect, so I'm absolutely over the moon with that. So this is my own, as you know, in the last video I showed you how I made this plastic roof. What I had to do to get that in order to go on properly, the rivet detail that's on the original roof, I had to file down. But as you can see, I didn't actually cut anything out from inside, so the body is, apart from, I suppose, the exhaust, where the exhaust is, there's a hole, so that the hole comes all the way through. See it? Yeah. But otherwise, I just stuck with what I'd made out of plastic, and it's been now sealed, and that's as good as it gets. That's I'm not going to get any better than that. I'm really, really chuffed with that finish. Really happy. But of course, it's my own creation, and as I showed you on the last video, it differs from the photo etch kit that's available out there, okay? But it ain't a million miles away from what the Merleys is, what with the exhaust being in the right place and these air vents, I don't know what they are, that's on the roof, so that does the job. However, as you can see, has it in rail freight grey. I've got it in my hands. So what I've done with the the chassis and everything, well, as I say, if you follow the story with this, it's got to be the company Rail Operators Group own the Merleys Pioneer, and they've still got it going. But what they've done, they've resprayed it into their company livery, So it's got the Phoenix on the side, and it's called Europhoenix. So they're still giving it the name Europhoenix because I think it's another sort of arm of the company, you know, another arm that operates within the group and of Europhoenix. I looked it up once and it said, oh yeah, you know, it does move stuff around, this, that and the other. So you've got the rail operators group, which seem to be moving trains around the country and whatever, but you've also got something called the Europhoenix side of the group, and that's the livery that she's in. So this is how she was back in the day when they first pioneered, as it says, pioneer, the engine that was used in the Class 60s, and rail freight grey, and how she operated on some preserved railway lines and things like that. And then, as I say, it must be the rail operators group has got hold of her now. She has her now, but they've sprayed her up. Well, they were in 2019. There's photographs on the internet showing her in the new colours. So that's what you'll see, all right? And I'll put in the video what I've been doing. So that one, in order to do that, you saw I had the photo etch kit that I said, oh, I don't know what I'll do with it. Well, it took only a couple of days before I thought to myself, well, I've got to do it, haven't I? That involved the roof. To put the kit in, you've got to cut the roof out. So, you know, you really do have to, you know, you bite the bullet, because there's no turning back. Once you get that saw onto the roof, you start cutting it out, because it's got to, because the photo etch kit slots into place, you know, whereas I've stuck this on top, the photo etch kit actually slots in, all right? But that's what I've been doing, all right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll show you on camera what she looks like. And also, the only other little mod that I made to the layout, which I've done a few weeks ago now, was little Joe's snack bar. Alright, it's got lights in it, it's got a light in it now, alright, so Joe can see what he's doing when he makes the tea. So let's have a look, alright? Well, there you go. That's the only thing I've done to the layout, all right, because the layout doesn't need, you know, hasn't needed any attention. She's running perfectly. However, when I got that little kit, the little snack bar, put it all back together, compared to everything else that was on the layout, it looked dark, you know, considering it's supposed to be a working concern as such. So yes, put the little light in there. So now that those businessmen, when Joe comes back, he can serve him. They can serve them their cappuccino, all right? So that's that. That's all I've done to the layout, okay? Just put a light in that little cabin. Now then, let's talk about the Rail Operators Group Class 37s. The one you're looking at now is Cassiopeia, and she is a factory Class 37. This is how you get her from Beckenham. Obviously, I put the nameplate on and I put the pipework on, but that's how she comes from Beckenham, so you can buy that as Cassiopeia. Now what I must warn you guys, when you've got that particular type of livery, is watch how you handle them, because if you pick them up, as we all do, fingers and thumb in the middle of the loco, the wording Rail Operators Group is very fragile. It's tempo printed, it's not as durable as the rest of the loco, alright, because I have seen that. And this is why my project, this is why I went ahead with the Merley's Pioneer project, because my Europhoenix, my first Europhoenix one is that one. So she was Europhoenix from Beckenham, but where I was handling her, the word Europhoenix was wearing off. Okay, so I thought, oh my god, and it's just too much to do. It came in a medium grey colour, I think it is, but where you do handle it, you know, you do pick it up in the middle, your thumb and forefinger will wear away the type. But it just so happens that the Beckenham Class 37 37884 Europhoenix is looking like that in the real life. Okay, because they took off the word Europhoenix and you know, branded it as Rail Operations Group and gave it the name of Cepheus. So set of transfers, a nameplate, and managed to salvage the Beckenham logo and put her into how she is now. So no need to renumber it, because that is the number that she's running with. But she looks exactly like that. Cepheus Rail Operations Group instead of the word Europhoenix. Okay, and that is because the logo was ruined in a way, because the wording was worn away from picking the logo up as we do with our fingers and thumbs. So just be aware, if you've got these models, guys, you've got to just pick them up at the ends, which is a bit more resilient. The paintwork is better there, otherwise you're going to ruin your logo. Alright, right, Merle's Pioneer, what did we do? Well, we had a Europhoenix, but of course all the wording for the word Europhoenix had to come off, and there she is, because it's now in black, not the grey that it was on the model. It's sporting a new number, obviously, the 37901, so I had to take the numberless off, the cab ends and the cab side and the skirt sides there, and obviously put a nameplate on there. And there is the new roof. Hold on, I'm going to stop the camera because you can't really see it there behind the post. Hold on. Okay, so that's the photo etch roof now being applied. That involved having to cut the plastic body from one rivet detail rib to the next in order to fit, so a lot of careful measuring, and then filing, stopping, filing a bit more in order to, in the end it was a perfect fit, and that's the result. And again, I've been lucky, I've got quite a good match. It always looks slightly different compared to the surrounding paintwork, because you're looking at an angled structure as opposed to a curved structure, but yeah, she's in, it's worked out absolutely brilliant. So there we are. So we have Merle's Pioneer from back in the day, if I want to, in rail freight grey, or I have her as she is in this day and age. And yeah, 6 screws, a coupling, a junction cable to be removed, and I can swap my bodies over, because as I say, I'm not going to bother to get another rolling chassis and a sound chip just to have 2 Merle's locos. I'll just when it suits me, when I feel the mood, I'll change it. And that's what I've been working on. Nothing to lay out. As you can see, absolutely running fabulous. I'll do my usual every other couple of days. I'll rub over the front, this part of the track only. I clean with the Inox MX3 product that I use, and I'll get perfect electrical conductivity. It's brilliant. It gets dirty, does, it scares the life out of you. You think to yourself, oh my god, look at the state of it. Yes, because we're in a shed, so there's dust pools around, and all that sort of stuff. But the stuff just keeps on going. It doesn't stop. I've never had any issues with it. In the underneath Torridon Road estate there, guys, I've never cleaned that track in all the months I've been using the other products. And all I do is I just clean from the crossing there to what's just in front of the camera across the points, and I'll let the trains take it around the rest of the layout, and it's brilliant. And as you see, there's one of the worst locos that I possess as regards any hiccups, but there you go, perfect over the points, no problems at all, going at the speed step 7, I think. No worries whatsoever. And that's the what is it, 060 shunters, possibly the worst problems I've got to have as regards pickups, because it is just the 060. But as you saw, no problems. So yeah, well, there we are, guys. That's it. So following on from this, then I will put loads and loads of running clips, and you'll see the new Europhoenix going around, but you'll also see the old Merle's going around in rail freight grey as well, because but in some of those clips it's before I finish finally painting them, so the paintwork still doesn't look, it looks alright, but I wasn't happy with it. So in its final guise now. I'm very, very happy with both versions now. So there we go. So there'll be clips. The only other thing, what else? Oh, if we're going to the, is it called the Great Electric Train Show, whatever it is, up in Milton Keynes, I'll be going. Okay, my wife. I was on the phone to Alan, the Dragon Junction Mark II, and we was chatting away, and he said, Pete, I'm going to go. Are you going to go? And I was umming and ahhing. Well, my wife was sitting next to me, and her ears pricked up, and she thought to herself, I can get rid of him for 2 days. And whilst I was chatting to Alan, she's elbowed me in the shoulder and sort of said, you're going, it's booked. I've got the tickets and I'm booking your overnight accommodation. So yes, I'll be going for 2 days. So there you are. And you'll spot me. I mean, even if I'm wearing a mask, I don't think there's any mistake in me, is there? So yeah, come and say hello. Yes, I think that's it, guys. So there we are. Nothing else to report. I don't think I've got nothing else in the pipeline, because the new releases, I mean, the expense, my gosh. Bachmann now are taking pre-orders for their coaching stock, but £99 a bloody coach, you know, because it's all DCC fitted now, so you can have the lights on. And but Jesus Christ, I'm glad I haven't got passenger. Well, I do have passenger stock on there, as you know. It's in the form of sort of like engineering trains, but I'm glad I don't have passenger trains, because if you're all going to start upgrading to your new Bachmann coaches, well, I thought these things were a lot of money to lay out first of all, but as it happens, they break down to be very good value for money, as you know, an individual price. But obviously you've got to pay, you know, what it costs for the 3 wagons in the first place. So it was initial expensive outlay, but a beautiful train nevertheless. But I've held off from buying any more. I mean, Dapo will come out with another, you know, but it's the prices, bloody hell. Anyway, hey ho. So we'll have to see what we can do, eh? All right then. So stay tuned, and I'll stitch quite a few running clips onto the end of this video. All right, guys. So thanks everybody for watching and sticking with me. And if I do see you at the Great Electric Show up in Milton Keynes, yeah, it looks like I think a few YouTubers will be going. I know Alan say he's going. I think Susanna's going. Big Mike from the large layout up in the loft, his 40-foot layout up in the loft, another a guy that is a YouTuber that I'm chatting with, so I think he's going. And yeah, might be a big gathering of YouTubers up there. So probably won't see anything of the show. We all get together in Chidwake. So just well, I'll be there for the 2 days. Okay. Right, stay tuned for the clips. Alright guys, catch you later. Bye for now. Bye. guys, just a quickly before you go, this is a shout out for a guy called Greg Marshall and his YouTube channel, Ebsworth Street. Greg is my boss at my model railway club, the Beckenham and West Wickham model railway club. Alright, he's the chairman or president, whatever his title is. Greg builds exhibition layouts, and he's in the process of building one now, and he's filming it, but his channel is quite young. He only started it up a couple of months ago, so he's just said, Pete, next time we do a thing, you know, can you put my name up so that you can get some more people viewing his channel. So it's Greg Marshall, Ebsworth Street, alright, and he builds his layouts. He's there with the big boys, guys, alright, because he's done Whalley, and he's done the Whalley's equivalent up in Scotland, you know, so he goes round, and although we do our little exhibitions and we take these layouts or our own club layouts and, you know, run them, Greg is the man who builds, you know, he knows what an exhibition layout it requires, and that's what he's building one now. Alright, so shout out to Greg, okay? So this time remembered you now, Greg, alright? Ebsworth Street, okay? So if you can give it a little look and boost his figures, he'd be very happy. Thanks very guys. Alright, all the best. Bye.